Hey everybody, welcome back to Tech Odyssey. So today what I wanted to do is my 48-hour follow-up. I've spent 2 days with the LG G7 and I kind of want to give you my impressions and just kind of what I think about it, the goods, the bads, the indifference, and the personal preferences, all that cool stuff. So I went ahead and I got the LG G7. Came out a little bit ago, and I'm coming over from the Galaxy S9 Plus. I'm actually recording on my S9 Plus right now because I couldn't shoot a video of the LG G7, while I'm trying to take a video of it. So here we have it here on the table. I've got it locked in on my home screen. As you can see, it's still a toasty 91 degrees outside. It's crazy hot. Actually, the 91 feels better than the 99 that it was earlier. But we're supposed to have heat indexes like 110, 111 this weekend. So not only is it the phone hot, the temperature is hot too. All right, so first things first. Whenever I got this thing, I've been super happy with it. The form factor on it I really like. Now, it has just the regular screen on it. It doesn't have the curved glass display like the Samsung does. And, I really can take it or leave it. I like the form factor. I like the uniformity. It feels like one solid slab. It's cool. It's very lightweight, and of course it has that extra boom sound on the inside too because of the echo chamber design with the sound where it bounces around on the inside and comes back out. So when you're playing the sound, it sounds good and it actually gets really loud. It's kind of has a bit of a steep drop off. So when it's at max volume, it's really loud, but if you take it down 2 notches, it's like at medium volume. So I did notice that, but whenever you're playing sound and you set it down on a flat surface like this, it actually uses the phone as an echo chamber and it bounces out, and it's actually like, I don't know, I'd say about 20% louder. I can't quantify that because I don't have a decibel meter or decibelometer, whatever the world is called that they use, but I can tell you that it sounds louder, it sounds better, and the bass carries. So it's pretty neat. Actually, my wife was complaining earlier because I had it turned up too loud while I was listening to it. All right, so other thing, 24-bit quad DAC. The only way you're going to be able to get that experience is if you use the 3.5 millimeter headphone jack. So don't get this thinking you're going to get the cool 24-bit audio with your wireless headphones, because it's just not going to happen. You're going to have to use the headphone jack to be able to experience that, and it is very nice. It's actually one of the selling points. A lot of people who are media and audiophiles really care about that stuff. There are some of the people that gravitate towards these phones, and really they're the only ones that offer it. It's one of the niche things that LG's done for a while with a lot of their phones. Okay, so give a little bit of rundown. So we got the fingerprint sensor here on the back. It's pretty quick. I mean, it's nothing to write home about. It works pretty well. There we go. Press. So you can see it's not the fastest. And like the BlackBerry Key 1 and the Pixel 2 are actually like crazy fast. This is like in the better than average fast category. I don't really notice any delay. It works fast enough for me. So I don't have a stopwatch for that or anything, but I think it works well. All right, so we got a 6.1 inch LCD IPS panel. It's rocking a 3120 by 1440 resolution. So that comes out to 563 pixels per inch, which is really good. The Samsung Galaxy S9, which is kind of comparable, and I say kind of comparable because the S9 Plus is a little bit bigger, and it's like a Plus model. The LG G7 is just that. There's not an LG G7 Plus model, so it's fair to compare it to the S8 or the S9, but it's kind of in the middle of both of them. So you kind of have to take it and be like, all right, we'll kind of throw it in the middle, but more fairly, the hardware is identical to that of the Galaxy S9. The S9 and this one, of course, like I said, S9 has 570 pixels per inch. This has 563. So we're talking about a 7 pixel per inch difference, which is minuscule, and the eye can't even detect that. So I wouldn't worry about it. That would not be a showstopper for me. So it's running Android 8.0 straight out of the box. I updated it as soon as it was available. And there was a security patch update. So the security patch is actually for July. I was very happy about that because LG hasn't been the greatest with patches in the recent history, but I think they are better than Samsung. Samsung is kind of terrible with security patch updates. So if you really care about security stuff, This might have a slight like 2% edge on the S9 or S9 Plus, but the problem is both of them are running custom overlays. You have the custom overlay that you have on LG that they like to use, and then you have the TouchWiz with the Samsung Galaxy series phones, which is nice. And if you have the S9 or S9 Plus model, and it's the same TouchWiz version that's in the S8 and the S8 Plus, light years different than what it was in the past. I hated it before, but I got to where I actually prefer it over the stock Android. Now, LG, they like to throw quirky stuff in there. I mean, you can see I've got this second screen up top, which I'll bring it in a little bit, and you can't see it because of the light, but it's got that notch where it's got the camera and all that stuff. It's actually a software created notch. So this is actually can be converted to digital bezel. So you can turn that off and then you won't have the information displaying up there, which is kind of a nicety, I guess. I like how it is now. They call it the second screen. It's really not a second screen. It's not a true one anyway, like the V10 and the V20 had. But moving over into this, I think that it fits, especially in this new, brave new notch world, if you want to call it brave anyway. So some of the other things, I took some pictures with it. The camera works great. I haven't even gotten to a lot of the particulars yet, just because there's so much into it. But I mean, the shutter speed's good. It takes good quality pictures. Low light is not bad at all. I was pleasantly surprised. Let me see if I can get there. I was at Best Buy earlier. So, and I took this picture outside at night. It was at dusk anyway. There's my Taco Bell I took a picture of earlier. And if you follow me on Instagram, you can see some of these pictures as well. I'm trying to tie it in with my YouTube and also with my Twitter account, so I can try and give y'all guys a better experience of the products that I review, because typically on YouTube it's like, okay, here's the video. I have my written reviews that I do with a community review team, Android Central, iMore, and Crackberry. But a lot of you only experience the videos. So what I'm doing now as I get products in and I'm testing them and I'm reviewing them, because I've ramped that up a lot the last couple of weeks, is on Instagram. I just created my account like a week ago, so I'm trying to like post pictures in there so you can see some of the things and the features and the other stuff as I'm going through it. But all in all, I really like the camera. The color saturation balance between the camera and the screen is fantastic. Yeah, I have been using a Samsung Galaxy S9 Plus, which has an AMOLED screen that has an LCD. Historically, I have been very anti-LCD, and this has been the first LCD to convince me that maybe there's something to it. The white balance is great versus the better black balance that you get, and the color depth on the darks on the AMOLED. So it's kind of like a light versus dark thing, but the LG G7 screen is fantastic, and I don't know if it's just the way that they have it paired with the specs, the way the contrast is. I haven't even gone in and messed with any of the fine tuning or any of that stuff, because I haven't felt the need to. So the coolness, the saturation, they're all there, and I like it. I like it a lot, really. I do wish that you could double press the power button to get the camera to come on, and I'm going to see if I can hotkey that. I don't know if it's an option, because it's been driving me crazy having to actually go in and hit the camera button, because that hasn't been something I've had to live with for a while, especially using the S9 Plus. That double click the power button. It's on some other Android phones as well. So the keyboard, it comes with an LG keyboard. It's actually probably the best stock one that I've used, but I quickly switched it over to Gboard, and it works well. One thing I wanted to hint on when I was talking about the not having the curved glass display, it makes it a little bit harder to reach in and get these close, narrow margins. So with the curved glass, it's not as fat there, so you get a little bit more room to work with to try and flex over and type. I have noticed it is a little bit harder to get these edges, and that's just part of the round phone world with the flat screen. But I like the flat screen. I like the uniform display without having to worry about the sides, even though it is very subtle. You do have the volume buttons over here. You got the volume rocker up and down. You've got the dedicated Google Assistant button, which I actually like. I thought I liked Bixby until I had Bixby for a year, and I grew and it didn't. So this is actually nice, and it's cool too because it gives you a double vibrate. So you push it, it vibrates once, and then it'll vibrate the second time whenever it kicks in, so you can go ahead and start talking. So that's one of the issues that I've had with these voice assistants is I push the button and I start talking too soon. So this one, it gives you a little vibrate, lets you know that you hit the button, and then it vibrates again when it's ready for you to start talking. So it's super great, and if you're following along, you can see that the accuracy on this is phenomenal. It is like leaps and bounds ahead of anything I've ever used before. So I give kudos to Google on that one, and points to LG for incorporating it because it's great. I think, oh no, I still haven't hit the end, it's gone. I don't even want to know what that's going to search. But either way, I'll go ahead and give you a sound quality demonstration. Let me fire up something on trusty old Napster here. Well, of course, I'm not logged in. All right, so don't pay attention to what's going on behind the mirror. Don't want you to see my super secret password. All right, so, skip all that garbage because I don't care. And all right, so I need to find some sort of a music song to put on here. Something classy. No, my favorites. All right, so here we go. Here's some Kiss. They have good music. One other thing with the sound, whenever it's off, or you're trying to turn it all the way down, once it gets to the bottom, you have to push it again. So if I press this and hold it, never mind. I guess it. Whenever, what? No thanks. There we go. If you're not playing music or media, when you press the volume up button, if it's off, it won't go all the way up. You have to press it, and you can't just press and hold it. I'll show you here in a second. Okay. Well, I don't know what the deal is there, so let me go to YouTube. And Linkin Park. All right, so we'll get some Linkin Park on. All right, so I got Linkin Park. So you can see the speaker is down here on the bottom. Everything comes out of here. You've got your headphone jack, your USB-C connector. We got the speaker there. And hopefully you'll be able to tell the difference. So I'll put it down. So it's actually really cool. It's surprisingly loud. Like I said, it gives it like maybe a 20-25% boost. And I think a lot of it has to do with the sound redirection to where it's bouncing and echoing off, so it hits your ears better than whatever it's downward firing. But the echo chamber, the way that it resonates and the sound builds up inside the phone itself, it's really kind of a novel idea. So we'll put it down again. So, I mean, you can really tell a noticeable difference. And overall, I mean, the sound quality is very good. And I can't even vouch for what kind of kilobit rates per second this is, but, it's at least CD quality, so it's got that going for it. All right, so we'll go ahead and close all that out. All my stuffs. All right, so we go to, oh dear. All right, so I'm going to press the button and hold it to get the volume to go up. It doesn't do anything. It says to change sound, press the volume key up. So you press and hold it down, it does nothing. There we go. So you have to press it incrementally to get it to start going. Now once it starts going, then you can go ahead and get the bar to go. And then whenever you go all the way down, it won't turn all the way off until you let go of the button and you press it for an increment again. So that kind of threw me off because I was like, why will power not go up? And then I figured that out. Well, I think that's about it as far as the first impressions. It has a 3,000 milliamp battery. It did get me to about 4 o'clock today from pretty heavy use between 7 or 8 in the morning, about 8 o'clock in the morning to about 4 o'clock in the afternoon without having to charge it. It will go a full day. As you can see right now, I haven't charged it yet. Well, I take that back, I did. I put it on the wireless charger for like 15 minutes, just for gee whiz, I guess. But really, I mean, it might be at like 7% right now, but it'll make it through a full day, to at least where you can get to a power source. If you do have a power source, it has quick charge, so it doesn't take that long to recharge. I don't know exactly how long. I can cover that information and figure it out, but it does have quick charge, so that's good to go as well. All in all, I really like it. It's a nice change of pace from what I've been dealing with Samsung. And I thought I was going to hate the user interface because LG, and I've had issues with them in the past, but it's very clean. And even though it does have a custom user interface on top of normal Oreo itself, it's not bad. It's very simple and it's not intrusive. And that's one of the things I like about this and about with the TouchWiz on the Galaxy phones is even though it's customized, it's an experience. And so, and I had the Pixel 2 and I didn't like it because it was too plain. There's like nothing going on. So yeah, it sucks up a little bit more memory. Of course, this one has 4 gigabytes of memory, but whenever you have a custom interface, 4 gigabytes of memory, I really haven't been able to slow this thing down. It does get a little warm if you're like downloading a couple things, you're playing something, you've got a lot going on, multitasking. I did notice it gets a little warm, not unbearably warm, but down towards the bottom, it'll pick up some temperature. Anyway, that's pretty much it for my 48-hour impressions. I've thoroughly enjoyed it. I haven't regretted switching over. I've actually been having fun with it. Maybe it's because I was a little bored with my S9 Plus, but I'm not bored with this yet. And of course, it's only been 2 days, so the romance hasn't worn off. But I can say that it's a quality product, and it's by far the best LG phone I've ever used. And it's had a lot of surprises, and I've actually really enjoyed the experience as opposed to previous iterations with like the V20, the V10, the G5, the G3. This is the best LG phone since the LG G2 Flex, which I was absolutely in love with. And it even got this cool magenta color. So hopefully this was helpful for you. Hopefully you liked it. I like it, and I'll continue to push out some more content. I've got some cases coming on the way for Rinky, however you want to pronounce it. So that'll be good, and I'll have that rolled out probably next week sometime because they're in the mail right now. Anyway, thanks for tuning in. Hopefully this was helpful for you and you enjoyed it. And as always, ask questions, share, subscribe, and you can follow me over on Instagram as well. I'll link it down in the bottom. It's Tech Odyssey, Tech_Odyssey, because the one word Tech Odyssey was already taken apparently. But it matches up with the YouTube channel. So thanks a lot, guys, and I'll see y'all next time.